I'm Ben Zimmerman with Whitman Athletics.
Oh, you're the one who wrote the diabolical.
I did. That's a complimentary term.
Yeah, I had to look that up. I'm ESL, so it was. I said it's partly evil. I said, wow, that's complimentary.
Kimmy, what were your impressions of the Whitman team you saw tonight?
They're a really good team. I mean, we have to give them credit. They took us out of our game and out of our game plan, and they never stopped playing hard. They never, gave us that chance to get in it. We tried to go on a run, and we just couldn't seem to, get a string of plays together. So, I mean, they're definitely a really good team. They have a lot of solid players, and they play well together.
If you guys are going to run that back, what would you like to see go differently for you guys in terms of the things that you are in your control?
I think just staying composed. We started to get a little frantic out there, tried to force some things, and we just have to, take a step back and get back to what we do well, which is play defense and press and get stops. So yeah.
That glimmer of hope in the first half, what was it that was working when they got up to that terrific start 17-4, but then you guys came back with a pretty good counterpunch of 10-2 over about the next 3 minutes or so. What was working during that stretch was getting the defensive stops, more intensity at the defensive end?
Yeah, I think whenever we go on a run, it always starts with defense. And today we just couldn't get enough stops, and that's usually how we get our easy baskets off of steals and off of rebounds and pushing the ball, and we weren't really able to do that, so they were able to set up on their defense too.
Coach, what stood out to you about that game?
Well, you're playing one of the best teams in the nation, and I was hoping that we could keep up. You're right, on the run, that's where I thought, okay, this is where we make our runs and stay with them. But you're talking about a team, they're deep, and I think impressive from what they started last year. And we played them 2 years ago at Cal Lutheran and Southern Cal before. They've grown very well, and that's where we as a team have to, even we're undersized, we still got to fight. So it's a very good team. You got to give them a lot of credit.
Talk about the season. Obviously a very disappointing finish, but you win 20 games, that's something to kind of hang your head on, I think. And this is a bad result tonight, but what happened prior to that certainly isn't something to just kind of.
Well, it's not the defining moment of this team. We went up, when we come up to the Pacific Northwest, you're 20 points down. You've got it's a great atmosphere. We've been here before in that, and I believe that this team worked hard every second because we are undersized, and we will do the little things to make us better each and every game. We are taken for granted when people play us. At the end of the season, I think it was the wearing and tearing. She's not 100%. We tried to hide that. We really tried, and she tried to fight it as much as she could. But we tried to do it as a team effort. She's our lone senior, and today, and we had some alums come with us, try to tell them what it's like to come up to the Pacific Northwest. She had her first time in the playoffs as a freshman, but at home. So we've been here before. Now we have a whole slew coming back to know what it's like to have a season and be in a conference. All those years of being an independent, every game was a championship game. So it gave them a taste of what it's like to come to the big time. And I hope Whitman brings it all back to the West, because the West is disrespected. So I think if we didn't have to play our West counterparts and you put us somewhere else, I think it's a whole different ballgame. Why do we beat each other up in the West? I know it's about geographic, I know it's about money.
To pack you all into the same pot.
But you know what? I believe we can beat the other teams who are on the other side, or the other Eastern teams. And like you said, this team, 20 wins, and I had a cousin tell me, you have 20 wins, and I think, well, I expect to have 20 wins. That's how I feel. He said it's not easily done. And it isn't. I forget they're 18 or 22-year-olds. They've done a great job.
And this is a pretty good league you're doing this in, too,
It's
so.
become a better league. And for us to get 2 come out of SCIAC has been history. It's funny, right before I saw our name come up, I was in our meeting, and the coaches were saying, oh, they'll never take 2, never take 2. And all of a sudden I'm reading, I'm going, we're in. And we've been there before as an independent. But I want these girls to feel what it's like, her returners, you know. And she booked in it from her freshman and her senior year to know. And she was trying to tell them, but you don't know what it's like till you're here. And the hospitality here has been the best. Every time we come up to the Pacific Northwest. I mean, we did go walking around, and you know, half the fans are saying, you know, Whitman's really good, but you know, you're okay, you know. But that's not something that you can tell and feel until you actually experience it.
Kimmy, what will you remember most about playing for Chapman?
I think just the bonds that I've been able to build. I think we really are a family, and I mean, if you saw all the alumni support that we have at home, you would definitely believe that. I mean, we have players from, you know, all kinds of generations coming back to watch us, and I think that, like, some of my best friends have been on this team, and I don't know what I would do without them. So I think that's what I remember the most, just that family atmosphere and, you know, building relationships.
I'm sorry you didn't get to see Kimmy at her best. When we played George Fox last year and this year, we're down 10, and she hits 2 4-point plays, 3-pointers. I mean, you look at her and you're thinking, oh, this kid can't do that. She's hit some big games. It's just, it's too bad her leg wasn't healthy, because I think you could have saw how special this kid is at 22 points a game. It's not only that, it's the mental. She's got a great mental aspect as a freshman, and it carried it to her senior year. But injuries are part of the game. But I wish you got to see her at full strength. That would have been, you would have been delighted. Regardless what the score was, you would have been fascinated of what she can do.
Anything else, guys?
We appreciate your.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.